Good morning, Year 7. Welcome to your seventh lesson in this period. This is your second lesson on the Black Death. Today what we're going to be looking at are the catastrophic and less catastrophic consequences of this epoch-defining epidemic. What we're going to be looking at is how the Black Death transformed societies. It changed the social order. It upended communities, and when everything had settled down, things were never quite the same again. That's the focus for our lesson today. But I want you just to cast your mind back to last lesson and start off by writing down 5 facts that you already know about Black Death. So the causes or the cures, these were things that we looked at last lesson. Of course, this is your title. Make sure you get that at the top of your page along with today's date, which is the 5th of May. Once you've done that, you can move on to slide 2. So there is a YouTube link here. If you can just click on that, so open the PowerPoint in the folder. And then whilst you're watching that, it's only a 10-minute clip. I want you just to jot down as many different whats about the things that happen after the Black Death. So you're just picking out key things. So many people died, this change, etc. And in this column, from the same video, so you're doing them as and when you hear them, write down how things change and how those changes improve the lives of those at the very bottom of the social order. And if you feel up to it, try the why column as well. Again, it might come up in the first minute of the clip or at the very end of the clip. You just have to be aware of what it is that you're looking for. And what you're looking for is, why did this begin to upset the established feudal system? Now, you'll remember the feudal system is the hierarchy, the order in which society was ranked. You had the king at the top, you had the peasant at the bottom, and then you had other people determined by their wealth or social status in between. So what, how, and why. Now again, you don't have to fill in every single one of these boxes, but if you can fill in at least 2 for each column, that would be a good start. All right. Task 2, as you can see here, the Black Death had many unexpected positive consequences for those lucky enough to survive. But how long did those positive consequences last for? What you need to do is go into Files, Week 7, and you can see here. So using the information from today's keywords and the task below, complete the sheet at whichever level you want to. So you can use the information from the videos, wherever. So reading through all of these consequences, and then in this column, just write down if it's an economic or social consequence. So economic is to do with money, and social is to do with society. And so if you said this was economic or social, in this column, I want you just in one sentence to explain why you said that. And then finally, in this column, using some of your analysis skills, explain whether it was a long-term or a short-term consequence. Now, you've gone through long-term and short-term causes and consequences with your teachers in class. Just think about it in this context. Is this something that only really had an impact over 1 or 2 years, or was it something that had an impact over many, many years? A few years is short-term, many years is long-term. Once you've done that, to the best of your ability, you can see there, we can move on to task 3. Have a read through of these sources. Once you've read through the sources, what I'd like you to do is to move on to this activity. Go through the sources here, and then who wrote the source, what they wrote, where they were when they wrote it, where they're from, when, and then a little bit more challenge. So this shouldn't take you very long unless you attempt the more challenging activity, and that is, why did they write this source, or any why activity will do there. Okay, once you've done that, it shouldn't take you too long. You can have a go at the paragraph, okay? And the paragraph sort of question is the most significant and long-lasting consequences of the Black Death were the economic ones. Now, you've been looking at economic, you've been looking at social. How far do you agree with this statement where it says that the most significant were the economic ones? Say whether you agree or disagree. Right, there were many significant consequences, and then give some examples that you've learned from today, and then go into the economic consequences and whether they were or were not long lasting, and give your reason for saying that. Then you move into evidence. So provide evidence for whatever point you make about the economic consequences, and then offer another valid argument, perhaps about social, especially if you're going to agree with social, or another one for economic, and then finally give your view in the conclusion. So that's that for today's lesson. What you need to do when you finish all of it, put it into one document or take pictures of your book, upload it to today's assignment. The deadline is Wednesday, 4 o'clock. If you have any questions, post them in the history channel. Good luck.